Did you know that the world uses more than 5 trillion plastic bags a year? At every stage of a plastic bag's life cycle, it releases fossil fuels into the air. This is one small contributor to climate change. But before we talk about that, let's take 1 second to talk about what climate change is. Climate change is something that happens when too many greenhouse gases like carbon dioxide and methane get released into the air, making a blanket around the Earth. This lets heat in, but doesn't let heat out, making the Earth slowly get hotter. For example, the Earth's temperature has risen by about 2 degrees Fahrenheit since 1850. But that's not the only problem. You may think you can just throw plastic bags in the trash, but that just forces companies to make more. And when you throw them in the trash, they usually get put in landfills or the ocean. When they are there for long periods of time, they decompose into microplastics. It takes 20 to 500 years for plastic to turn into microplastics. Microplastics never really go away. They just turn into smaller and smaller pieces, turning from microplastics to nanoplastics that can get in your lungs and cause cancer, heart disease, inflammatory bowel disease, arthritis, and more. Now, you may think, okay, that's a big problem. How can I help? That's what I'm here for. Here are some solutions. First of all, you can just stop using plastic bags. But some people are dependent on them to hold food and other things. So instead, you can use compostable bags. Compostable bags are made of vegetable matter like cornstarch and potato and do not give out greenhouse gases. After they are made, they do not turn into microplastics. Instead, they turn into compost. Compostable bags only take 3 to 6 months to decompose. That's quicker than an orange peel. Composting also protects the climate by reducing methane emissions from landfills. Another solution to keep from using plastic bags is to use reusable lunch boxes, water bottles, and other containers. For example, I use a bento box to carry my lunch to school every day and a metal water bottle for my drinks. That way I have no plastic waste. This is a local Santa Fe business where you can refill your containers. Would you tell me about Soap and Supply and why it's important to the environment?
Our mission is plastic waste reduction. So we have opened this business with that goal. It's kind of experimental, but we invite people to bring in their own containers, and then we fill it with like laundry soap, dish soap, hand soap, things like that. So much plastic is produced each year. And what we do is just a very small portion of trying to cut that down. But at least we are making people think about it in a different way, and we're trying to experiment and find ways to solve the problem.
What kinds of products can people refill here?
Oh, we try to have everything. Laundry soap, dish soap, hand soap, shampoo, conditioner, body wash, face cream.
So simply by using compostable bags and reusable containers, you can help reduce the amount of fossil fuels getting released into the air. Over time, reducing the effects of climate change may take hundreds of years, but trust me, it's worth it. You won't be able to do it all yourself, but if everybody does their own part, it will result in a better world for all of us.